Infield against Chisholm, who has upped his power game this year, and he pops the first pitch up into shallow left field. Over toward the line comes Canna. One pitch for Bassitt, and Chisholm retired. Again, batting coming into the day, and Bassitt runs a sinker low and in for ball one. Christian Javier went the first 7. Hector Neris pitched the 8th. Ryan Presley's gotten the first 2 outs in the strikeouts, 1 walk. Quite an effort. Fastball in the outside corner. The irony, of course, is that Hector and Octavio Dotel. Curveball outside from Bassitt, and it's 2-1.
Should we run out? Should we jump up and down?
Well, the Mets had a combined no-hitter earlier this year, and now the Astros have one. Cooper
at least secures a split for the Astros on the road.
Here's Jorge Soler taking outside, and of course then.
Did you enjoy the Luis Garcia rock the baby motion? So we get a little old.
No. Soler takes a fastball for a strike, 2-1. Bassitt pitched brilliantly against the Marlins his last time out. He carried a shutout into the 7th inning. He had a
and then Lugo came in and coughed it up.
Well, the last 2 starts have been terrific. And then after 14 straight scoreless innings, finally yielded after he left the game against Miami. Into left center field, a base hit for Soler. And he's aboard with a 2-out single. If you orange and blue, because they're wearing orange and blue too. Call strike to Jesus Aguilar. He's DHing today. What really rounds out this Marlins uniform, and it is lovely, is the Columbia blue.
Oh, please.
1-1 to Aguilar, and he pulls one foul. Changeup running in on him, and it's 1-2.
Oh, didn't play the carom, and this left Canna's going to be hot. He's got to go.
You have to check him on the next one. Aguilar chases the breaking ball, and Bassitt has his second strikeout.
In a great way.
Jesus Sanchez leads off against Chris Bassitt, who's been he was out for the last weekend on the COVID IL along with Aguilar, so having to come out of the game yesterday, although he's playing today. And curveball sits high from Bassitt, 2-1 to Sanchez.
Base dugout once before at this ballpark?
Not that I can recall.
Really?
It's a 93. The problem they had with the tarp. That's grounded into the shift, and Guillorme comes in to play the short hop and throws out Sanchez one away. It was the first year, and with it trapped under the tarp, and I don't know what would have happened. That's a bouncing ball toward the middle of the diamond, and in comes Guillorme, and a low throw, and he gets Rojas for the second out. It's an interesting situation in the game last night. When Chisholm came out of the game, they brought Astudillo. Some confusion in the dugout, and they switched them. And that's how Astudillo became involved in that tag play on Nimmo, because he had been moved to second rather than playing third. And today he's playing.
He hasn't got the body type.
He plays. I mean, he came up as a catcher, but they don't use him as a catcher anymore either.
What are you, one of the scouts from Moneyball?
What he does is swing the bat. And he hits that one behind the bag. Another play for Guillorme, and the running throw right on target. Guillorme with all 3 assists in the inning. He is just splendid.
You have to give him a record label, Gary. Wilson Pickett.
Williams Astudillo tag him and make the double play. One more time, if we take a look right here, the diffused Astudillo so much that he didn't even make the tag properly. But again, going back to Buck Showalter and the things that he brings to this team, as Stallings pops out one.
Be taught completely differently back in a different era.
Before they asked Keister, and not to hurt him. And but one rule was, it was like the old offensive lineman in the old days in the NFL. Today, the offensive lineman knock him down, so he couldn't throw to first base. That's how I was taught.
And of course, then you called it a. Since then, it has been. It's not. I don't think it's in the rule book that you can't wipe a guy out if he's in your path. but it has been frowned upon.
I mean, you can't even hit the guy at second base on a double play. So I would,
or knock a catcher down.
yeah. So
Can run him over.
Yes, you
and
can.
Then it would be obstruction.
you know, the backstory to that game is
Cruz hitting just .218 after a terrific rookie season last year, and another play for Guillorme and another assist. So let's see the last 5.
And when I came to the park the next day, and Whitey, in front of the team, I think he was just trying to make
a point.
an example.
Yeah.
Reds, and Doug Flynn's on the Reds. And he comes in, does the same thing, and was on second base. I should have slid. And I had to apologize to Doug the next day.
Him after a terrific changeup by Bassitt. And he comes back with a fastball fouled back. By the way, and the curveball popped up. Escobar alone on the left side, drifts out, grabs it, side retired. 7 in a row retired by the left-hander with the Yankees, who hurt his arm in a fight and never got to the big leagues since the draft was instituted in '65 to not make it to the major leagues. Cooper fouls one off the right side, and for a long time it looked like Appel would be how they basically tanked for the first part of the last decade. Lost 106 games or more. The 1-2 coming to Cooper, and he hits one up the middle, and that'll go through for a base hit. Second hit for the Marlins. It comes leading off in the bottom of the 4th.
Kevin Bowles, he said, you know, the biggest difference with Vientos is early on this season he was trying to cover every pitch the entire.
2 outstanding third base prospects with Vientos and Brett Beatty at the upper levels of the farm system. But the number 1 prospect is Francisco Alvarez, and Max Scherzer came back from his stint. Soler had a base hit his first time up, single to left center, and he fouls off the curveball from Bassitt, and it's 0-2. I'm looking at the direction he's talking, and there's nobody in that direction.
I think it's
a swing and a miss and a curveball, and Bassitt has his 3rd strikeout of the day.
He's starting to get.
Foul back. Well, up their end. And the Mets have filled in at the edges. That's hooked foul down the left field line. You know, Peterson's done a very nice job. Trevor Aguilar bloops one into shallow right center. That'll fall for a hit. Cooper's going to try for third. Marte's throw, and Cooper slides in. He's out! Escobar. Was Starling playing right field and airing out that arm on that kind of throw?
Well, the Mets just continued, wrong word, but just let them know to get inside and you're going to be safe.
Fly ball deep to right by Sanchez, and that ball's going to sail out of here into the second deck. Jesus Sanchez unloads a 2-run homer, and that gets the Marlins back within a run. It's 3-2. 10th home run of the year for Sanchez. That makes that play at third look even bigger.
Sure does, Gary. Defense. And that was his problem when he went when he was struggling, was the long ball.
Now Miguel Rojas, and he pulls one. Nice diving stop by Escobar. Gets to his feet and throws him out to end the inning. A couple of fine defensive. Home 5th inning. Williams Astudillo leads off. Swings at the first pitch. Bassitt gave up a 2-run homer to Jesus Sanchez in the 4th. Mets were not able to add to the lead. Nice play by Escobar on the backhand, and his long throw right on target to get Astudillo for the first out.
And
Bassitt misses just off the corner. Ball. Stallings takes the cutter outside 2 and as far. That's actually not right.
that's actually not.
It was 54 pitches after 4 innings. Now he's up to 58. Bassitt went 8 innings, 2 starts back against Milwaukee. Fly ball out to center, and Nimmo right there waiting for it. Stallings retired 2 out. Just saw a note about the Astros combined no-hitter of the Yankees today. We mentioned that the prior time the Yankees were no-hit was a combined No-hitter by the Astros in 2003. Before that, the Yankees got no hit. Hoyt Wilhelm for the Orioles in 1958.
His appearance record, right? Wasn't it? Hoyt held that for a long time.
And then DeColvey had it, didn't he?
Yeah. But as a kid growing up, it was always Hoyt Wilhelm who he was still playing, but when he
De La Cruz rockets one down the line right toward the pole, and it's out of here. Right off the foul pole. Brian De La Cruz ties the game with his 4th home run of the year. A bolt down the line to get the Marlins even. It's 3-3.
Mets failed to score with the in there. The netting, whatever you want to call it. Oh.
Flex.
Very muscular.
Curveball pulled foul by Chisholm, and it's 0-2. And Chisholm takes one the other way, and he's got a base hit. Chased toward the line by Canna, and Chisholm will get 2 out of this. So on his bobblehead day, Chisholm picks up his. Now Bassitt facing Garrett Cooper. He grounds one out to short, and Lindor with an easy play. And that retires the side. Marlins tied up. Hitter over the Yankees. Christian Javier, Hector Neris, Ryan Presley. Isn't against the Phillies. Jorge Soler bangs one on the ground. Hop comes up for Escobar. 1 away.
Brewers with 2 pitchers. That was Hader.
Tied it up in the 5th. And Chris Bassitt trying to keep it there in the 6th. And misses badly with his cutter. And he hits one on the ground, and Pete gets a piece of it, stays with it, and makes the play. Nice.
Off the underhand toss made the play easy for Bassitt.
Now it's Sanchez. He gets a breaking ball and hits one foul down the right field line. He's looking to hit another one on the second deck, like against Sanchez. He takes a fastball upstairs from Bassitt, 1-1. That sinks low. And Sanchez fouls off the fastball. So after 2-2 coming, he fouls back another high fastball. Fly ball out to left, and Canna comes in to get it, and that retires the side. So a 1-2-3 inning for Bassitt. Slider on the corner for a strike. It appears as though Rojas hurting himself on a slide. Rojas in the lineup, and he fouls off the curveball, and it's 0-2. One and 2 to Rojas. 1-2 coming off the corner, and it's 2-2. 2-2 coming to Rojas, and he misses badly with that slider, and now it's full. 3-2 coming, and he got him looking. Rojas thought it was ball 4, and he begs to differ with Shane Livensparger. Curveball has him whiffing. Nothing.
That he does occasionally. He will sometimes switch mid at bat from the windup to the stretch as just another
1-1 count. Astudillo lifts one to right center, and Nimmo eases over. 2 out.
Well, I think that when you watch Chris Bassitt enough, and
Stallings. Seth Lugo is up in the Mets bullpen. Seth rejoined the Mets
maybe.
Stallings is 0 for 2, and he takes a strike, and it's 1-1. And Stallings swings through the fastball, and it's 1-2. Just to.
This is loaded.
1-2 coming. And the curveball on the outside corner. Strike 3 called, and another dissatisfied customer.